these young posts are playing a lot better in Spearman and Lattimore, so expecting big games from them.
And either Spearman did not even start in that game. She fouled out in about 7 minutes. And Day Wilson, the Duke transfer, has been a dynamic pickup for Katie Meyer out of the transfer portal. Jasmyne Roberts runs right into Matilda Eck, who is called for the personal foul, and the answer to who is starting for Elizabeth Kitley is Rose Mishaw, who has not played in a game since January 25th.
It's a very unique situation for Mishaw. Mishaw started the season starting, but has not played since January 25th, has not started since the loss at Duke on January 18th. She's a transfer from Minnesota. She's a great rebounder and a great defensive player, but had not been shooting the ball well, and Kenny Brooks likes to play a shorter rotation. Looks like Mishaw's ready to go. They're gonna need a big game from Rose Mishaw.
She had 16 starts before she not only wasn't starting anymore, but wasn't playing anymore. That's Spearman who gets the bucket, had a double-double in the win against North Carolina yesterday. 12 points and 10 rebounds. There's Amore. Keep your eye on number 5 in white. Such a thrilling player to watch. And as gutsy as they come, that's huge. They need Kayla King, who's been inconsistent shooting the ball this year, to do that.
Virginia Tech is going to have to make some threes in this game. There's no way around it as Day Wilson gets the jumper. But Virginia Tech known for shooting threes. Best three-point shooting team in the ACC. Gonna need to make a few more this afternoon without Kitley.
You got to look at the starting lineup for Katie Meyer's team. Very good defensive team. Only Duke gave up fewer points per game on average. Eck misses the 3. Roberts, the veteran on this team, takes it right by Eck and in.
Little miscommunication for Virginia Tech in transition defense. How to pick up that ball, stop the ball handler.
Miami has hit all 3 of its shots from the floor.
Miami doing a good job of not letting Amore get any looks so far.
Inside, the bucket for Mishaw.
Mishaw can rebound. We know that about Rose Mishaw. She's an exceptional athlete, has a really good motor, and a good start for her.
Another attack of the basket by Spearman. Summiel, who had that early 3, not Kayla King, pardon me, gets the rebound. And there's some Amore moves for you. And tries to steal the ball. There'll be a lot on Georgia Amoore today. I doubt she's going to get much rest. Pulls up, got hit. The 39 points you mentioned last week at UVA, that is a Virginia Tech single game program record in points. Her 8 threes tied Asia Shepherd for the most threes in a game for any Hokie.
Think about that. Liz Kitley hasn't even had that kind of performance in the regular season. I know Liz Kitley had 42 in the NCAA tournament a couple years ago. But Amore is special, and when you have Amore, you have a chance. And Virginia Tech has much more of a chance. This is still a very good team. Kitley, of course, is the ACC Player of the Year. She's one of the best players in the country. But there are other players that are going to be able to step up and maybe play a bigger offensive role that wouldn't normally with Kitley on the floor.
For more on Amore, here's Angel.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking with her just about what happened in the Virginia game after Kitley left. She said, well, we started to play outside of ourselves. We did not play our roles. We panicked. We had a week to understand what each player needed to do and what we needed to bring to the floor. So we're trying to see what that looks like as the ACC progresses, guys.
Big void. Spearman takes it right to Summiel, pardon me, that's Lattimore. Tasha Lattimore, one of 4 Canadians on this Miami team.
Lattimore has some serious length inside for Miami.
Amore for 3, that rims out. Day Wilson on the move. Jada Patrick.
What a play by Kayla King to get the steal and knock it off of the Miami player. Great play.
Just came out of nowhere to force the turnover. Virginia Tech winning its first regular season title, won its first ACC tournament title last season, and they beat Louisville in the final.
Clara Strack now in for Virginia Tech, the young 6'5" freshman who has played with Liz Kitley at times this year, but Kenny Brooks is very high and excited about Clara Strack and her future.
Two freshmen out of Buffalo.
A good block for Strack right there.
6'5". Interesting to start Mishaw instead of Strack. Strack came in early. Charlie Wenzel in there as well. The ball goes back over to Miami. Georgia Amoore, two-time first-team All-ACC performer. Got another one this year, had a triple-double last season against Nebraska. Very close with Liz Kitley, and you can tell because they work so well together on the floor. Lattimore giving it up now to Roberts. A step back. Samuel hands it over to Amoore, who looks over to get a call from Kenny Brooks. Wenzel, that's a nice finish.
Carly Wenzel is another player that can step up for Virginia Tech. She's had some really good games this year, played great in that Iowa game at the beginning of the season, and love her aggressiveness so far.
We need a lot of players to pick up the slack. Patrick has dribbled it out of bounds, lost it out of bounds. Second turnover on Miami.
Wenzel redshirted last year, so getting some experience this year. What a take. Acrobatic in the air for Wenzel.
Wenzel averaging about 4 points per game. Georgia Amoore goes out. She will get a little bit of extra rest. We'll have an official's timeout, the next whistle.
And that's exactly why Kenny Brooks did that, because the next dead ball will be a timeout. He's going to try to get some rest for Amoore whenever he can.
Baker in for Lattimore for Miami. Working on Strack, or vice versa.
Good defense by Oldacre.
Williams. That's Dwyer. Shot. Turnover as we take our first timeout. Virginia Tech up 1.
That is the exclamation point. Duke Carolina delivers again.
It's two top-level rematches to end the season. Experience number 14, Kansas, number 1, Houston. Then number 7, North Carolina, number 9.
Right before the game, Elizabeth Kitley, how bittersweet, emphasis on the bitter this must be for Kitley. Receiving her ACC Player of the Year award, but unfortunately, because of the injury, out for the ACC tournament.
It's such a bummer for every fan in this building, for everybody watching, because she's so fun to watch. She does it the right way, just a consummate student athlete. Also won the KYAL Student Athlete of the Year award.
Again.
Scholar athlete, I should say, 3 years in a row for her. But Virginia Tech going with Clara Strack right now. Mishaw started the game, now Strack is in the game. And that's big, an offensive foul on Georgia Amoore. That's only her first, but they cannot afford for Amoore to get in foul trouble. And relatively slow start for Georgia Amoore. Has yet to make a shot from the field, is 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Meanwhile, Miami in the last 2.5 minutes plus has not scored and has turned the ball over 3 times. Inside shot by Roberts, that's a long 2. Jasmyne's second bucket, did not shoot the ball well, missed 8 of 9 shots against Carolina yesterday, but has 4 points already in this one.
When I think of Jasmyne Roberts, I just think of how she played in the NCAA tournament last year. She was absolutely phenomenal for Miami in their Elite 8 run.
Strack from Wenzel.
Good pass by Wenzel, and there is the young freshman, Clara Strack, that Virginia Tech is really excited about.
Eck gets the block. Michigan State transfer, but then the ball was thrown away, intended for Amore.
Little pick and roll, Strack slips the screen, catches it, gathers herself and scores, and then Matilda Eck with a good block, and then Virginia Tech throws it away. They've got to be a little more careful with the ball so far in this one.
Shaw's going to come in at the next whistle for Tech. Started the game for Kitley. There's a giveaway. Amore doesn't have numbers, gives it back to Eck. The trail three. Rebound taken down by Williams, who shows how fast she is. Miami likes to push the pace. And now they'll set up.
Roberts trying to post up Georgia Amoore, really calling for the ball. Roberts also is very aware that Amore already has that first foul.
Williams right at Eck, spins out.
Look at Jalea Williams.
Able to get the rebound, but then she had Strack and Eck right there to bottle her up. Now Wenzel with a little hesitation. Strack was able to gather nicely with O'Shea Dwyer right there.
We all know Liz Kitley is out, but Clara Strack is a very good young player for Virginia Tech and playing her role nicely so far.
Yeah, certainly a huge role now with Kitley out. But as you mentioned, they're very excited, the Virginia Tech coaching staff, for her future. Baker couldn't keep her feet. Wenzel gets the rebound and gets it over to Amore.
The defensive rebounding, the ability for teams to clear the glass has been great in this first half. Only one offensive rebound on each side, so no second chance points to be had in this one so far.
Wenzel with the miss from the outside. Knocked away by Wenzel. That'll take a couple of seconds off the shot clock. Gotta be careful reaching in. Roberts, long three. Amore couldn't get to it, but it's off. Dwyer, Virginia Tech basketball.
And here's Wenzel finding Clara Strack. Good job by Strack to corral that basketball on the much smaller player in Dwyer, and then finishing over Oldacre.
And the good composure there, because she had to fight for it and had the presence of mind to dribble so that she wouldn't be called for a travel. That's a lot of decisions made in a very short period of time for the true freshman. She's taking a break. Shaw back in. Big time block by Oldacre and saved beautifully by Williams. Just got the ball after it was saved by Dwyer. Baker, three.
Karis Baker, another young freshman for this Virginia Tech team, shooting over 44% from three this season. Knocks it down for the Hokies.
And over 80% of the shots she has taken this year have come from three. Shooting them at a nice percentage. Williams. Stopped by Kayla King, who's a really good defender on the perimeter. Yes, before the shot clock expired, O'Shea Dwyer got the basket to pull Miami to within 4 after 1 quarter of play. We had 50, but they were all with Elizabeth Kitley. Cam Ward, Kelly Gramlich, Angel Drake joining you here on Quarterfinal Friday. Miami trying to pull off its second straight upset. Number 9 seed beat number 8 seed North Carolina yesterday. This is Virginia Tech's debut in this tournament. Dwyer missed. We have a held ball. Ball stays with Miami. Let's go over to Angel, who has more on Kenny Brooks.
Well, in the huddle, he was just talking about how proud he was of the guards having to crash the boards. Right now, they're edging Miami by 1 in the rebound department. They haven't given up any second chance points as well. So the question was, what are they going to do without 6'6"? Well, right now, he's asking all the guards to crash, doing it by committee on the boards.
Great stuff, Angel. That's something that Liz Kitley does that we kind of forget about, is that she rebounds the heck out of the ball. She's the ACC's all-time leading rebounder, so Virginia Tech will have to rebound by committee tonight.
Spearman got the bucket on the other end from Miami. Georgia Amoore has yet to score from the floor. Does have a couple of free throws. Here's a three. And it missed. And as she goes up the floor, she directs some traffic with her teammates about where she wanted them to be.
It feels like you're seeing Amore force things a little bit, and that's natural, right? You don't have your running mate, you don't have Liz Kitley, your roommate, and someone who you've played basically every game of your college career with, but her teammates have shown how capable they are. I think Amore just needs to settle in a bit, let the game come to her.
And it's natural, right, that she would feel she has to do more? Shot missed by Williams. Dwyer gives it back over to Day Wilson, the leading scorer this season. A couple of years at Duke. Knocked away by King. Nice to keep it going. Then Mishaw to Georgia. There's her first bucket.
Great job by Kayla King to keep that ball alive, and a good presence of mind by Mishaw to get that ball up quickly to Georgia Amoore.
Tech's first points off turnovers in this game. Roberts elevates. She's got 3 field goals.
Jasmyne Roberts has come to play. A little quiet in that first game, as you mentioned, Pam, but already 6 points for her.
3 for 5 from the floor. Tells Baker to come back to set a screen. Summiel already has 1 3, but that one caught air. Summiel doesn't take a lot of them. Has only hit 16 all year.
Here's Kayla King getting in the passing lanes, and I love this play from Mishaw. Really smart. Just get the ball to Georgia Amoore. She's already has an advantage in transition to get up there and score. And you're right, a few Virginia Tech players forcing some threes that they probably wouldn't normally take if they had Kitley in the game.
Has to change the entire tempo and makeup of the offense.
Good defense,
yeah, right?
Mishaw,
Mishaw, yeah. Kent coming over from the University of Minnesota. First year in Blacksburg. Dwyer trying to spin and hit underneath. That doesn't work as the shot clock expires. Amoore just wanted to go.
The one time where getting a shot clock violation helps you. Prevents Amoore from getting that ball and going. But that's something you're seeing from Miami. Miami's making a little more of a concerted effort to make this a half-court game, to use a good bit of their shot clock and slow it down, which is really smart against Virginia Tech, who wants to run and play in transition.
Virginia Tech already with 9 points off its bench. Usually that's not a big number for them. Summiel, that's her 3rd 3 attempt of the game. Mishaw got it taken away by Day Wilson, who got it taken away by Summiel. King back to Summiel. In and out.
Summiel is a capable three-point shooter. She just doesn't normally take this many. Shoots about 33% on the season.
He's 1 for 4 from distance. Has missed 3 in a row.
And this is her 5th ACC tournament. First 4 with Wake Forest.
Amoore misses. It looks like Spearman is going to get called for a foul. And Spearman with a little bit of a push after that play. She was called for an intentional foul yesterday in a very crucial time against North Carolina, and that was a similar play. Not as demonstrative, but she's got to be careful. Spearman's first personal foul. Amoore to Strack. Decided not to shoot. Baker.
So that's the difference in a nutshell. Liz Kitley would have knocked that shot down like it was something she could do in her sleep, and Strack a bit more hesitant to shoot the ball on the pick and pop.
Yeah, that would have been 100% a shot and probably 85% a make for Kitley.
And also when Kitley's knocking down shots in the pick and pop, it allows Amoore to get freer off of the pick and roll because you have to worry about Kitley so much. Right now, and of course, Katie Meyer, one of the smartest coaches out there, she knows the drill. Let's make it as hard as we can on Amoore. And if other people can beat us, that's fine, but just not Georgia Amoore.
Yeah, because she is the second best player on this team. Hey, Wilson.
That was a tough shot.
Yep, wide right. There's Georgia. As we approach 5 minutes to go in the first half. Again, Kitley would have pulled the trigger on that, right? Taken away by Roberts, and then Amoore commits number 2. Would you like to see Strack take that shot?
I think she has to. You have to take it. You have to take it in order to open more things up for Amoore. You don't necessarily have to make it, but take it. Make this defense be honest and keep them honest. Right now, they're just putting so much attention on Amoore, and we'll see if Kenny Brooks puts Amoore back in this second quarter. But with those 2 fouls, I'm not sure I'd risk it.
Amoore now is out of the game. Roberts.
Whew, tough.
Boy, she's had herself a very nice first half, and she's tied up the ball game. 9 points and 4 rebounds in the regular season loss to Virginia Tech. Off to a good start here already with 8. So no Amoore and no Kitley on the floor. This is very different. Strack, see, she can hit that.
She can. She is capable of hitting it, but got to be a little less hesitant. That time, she knocks it down.
Baker and Lattimore were in quite a battle on the low block. Foul called on Miami. Virginia Tech up by 2. Jasmyne Roberts getting some stuff done for the U.
Leading scorer in the game is number 4 for Miami. How about the fadeaway over 6'5", Clara Strack. We've got a good one here. She likes playing in the postseason. Last year in Miami's NCAA tournament run to the Elite 8, she averaged 19 points per game in those 4 games. And she's come to play today. That fadeaway over Strack is really impressive. I love her aggressiveness early in this game for the Hurricanes.
Certainly has made a difference, and the score is kind of where Miami would like it.
Yeah.
20-18.
Lower scoring as well, not a shootout.
And if you're just joining us, Elizabeth Kitley is not available for the entire ACC tournament. Virginia Tech head coach Kenny Brooks sending that information out right before today's game. They're hopeful to get her back for the NCAA tournament. First time the regular season champs and the top seeded played this year. And the tourney, come on now, that's Strack.
That looks like Liz Kitley. That looks similar to Liz Kitley, the way that she caught that ball in motion, shot it fluidly.
8 points on 4 of 5 shooting for the freshman. Virginia Tech with 13 bench points, 8 of them coming from Strack. Shot clock winding down. Roberts needs to shoot. Instead, she fell down. Let's go to Angel.
Well, you guys keep saying Elizabeth Kitley's not here, but Clara Strack is. Well, when I was talking with Kenny Brooks, he said that is Baby Kitley. That's her nickname on the team. And we were wondering why he gave her that. He said, high IQ, her footwork, her touch in the mid-range. But the thing is she's working on right now in this season is her confidence, understanding what she can be for this team. And we're seeing her blossom.
Baby Kitley makes sense to me, Angel. Some of the and you know, she's been practicing with Liz Kitley every single day for a year. Of course she's going to pick up some things and do the same drills that Liz does and the same individual workouts that Kenny Brooks does with his big posts. And she looks great so far, Angel. I can understand the confidence side of it, but she's playing free right now, Pam.
He's taken some shots. Windsor gets it blocked with authority by Lattimore. 10th in the league in blocks this year. And if you ever have a chance, and we had to go to a practice as we see Lattimore go to work.
Wow.
But what Kenny Brooks does with his players in practice, the drills, the precision, right, the repetition, that you could see that Strack is getting, as you mentioned, the same coaching. And then when you go against a player like Kitley in practice, there's no one better. I
think Kenny Brooks is one of the best skill development coaches in the entire country. And you've seen that with how Amore's gotten better every year, how Liz Kitley has gotten better every year. And he's only had less than a year with Clara Strack, but she has gotten so much better than she was at the beginning of the season.
And she's going to hit the weight room. She's going to grow up a little bit. And as she matures, will certainly grow under this coaching staff. So we've had back-to-back shot clock violations. Dwyer working on Strack. Good defense, but a better finish. Dwyer.
Impressive finish by Lachey Dwyer. 5'6", banging inside with Clara Strack.
Junior guard from Toronto, but went to high school in Tennessee where she was the high school player of the year her senior season at the Webb School, which has produced quite a few good basketball players. There she is. Strack working on Lattimore. Roberts brought the double. Eck with the shot. Rebound and saved by Dwyer.
Virginia Tech just 2 for 14 from 3. It's honestly pretty surprising without Liz Kitley that they're 2 for 14 from 3 and still up by 2 points.
Amoore on the bench with 2 personal fouls.
And Amoore in the foul trouble, exactly.
But they're up by 2. Shot clock getting skinny again. Williams got to shoot. This is the 3. Off the rim. Baker with the rebound. Wenzel couldn't handle it cleanly. She's got Day Wilson just ready to pick her pocket.
If you're Virginia Tech, you're just trying to get to halftime with this score very close because you have not had Georgia Amoore. I mean, think about this, Pam. Virginia Tech has basically played most of this game without Amoore and without Kitley. And look at Kayla King, the other senior. Big 3 for Virginia Tech.
King's first shot of the game results in a 3. She's averaging 2 per game. Her number's down a little bit this year offensively. Kenny Brooks says in part because she has so much weight on her shoulders on the defensive end.
And she is the lone senior on the floor for Virginia Tech. Great ball movement, good pass from Karis Baker. Kayla King knocks it down. Misha, Kitley, others loving it. Amoore's just saying, can we get to halftime so I can get back in this game, please?
This must be torture for Georgia. 10 seconds left to shoot. Spearman comes in for Lattimore. Wilson. Short rebound to Wenzel, and now Tech can't hold on to the basketball. Roberts took it away from Wenzel.
Jasmyne Roberts just came out of nowhere.
And then Wenzel fouled Day Wilson. First one on the redshirt freshman from San Antonio.
Big play by Jasmyne Roberts to hang around and get that steal. You have a chance of Virginia Tech coming down to the other end, scoring, maybe getting a 3, but instead you get to still get to the free throw line. Big swing for Miami.
Day Wilson was the ACC Freshman of the Year 2 years ago with Duke. And it looks like Georgia is going to come back in.
Looks like Kenny Brooks is thinking about it.
You think she's just saying, put me in, put me in, put me in?
And he's saying, I can't let you get that 3rd foul.
Nope, she's going. Amoore will check in. If we get a whistle. Baker missed everything. Strack saves it. 2 seconds left, they need a shot. King just off the back rim, but with no Elizabeth Kitley and with Georgia Amoore in foul trouble, Virginia Tech takes a 5-point lead into the locker room. Amore
side before they went off the court at half. In that conversation, she said, you are elite. You have to stop hesitating. Understand who you are. She wants her to stop just being in this place where she feels like she has to dribble her way out of trouble. Just make the game simple. She only had 2 points in the second half. We'll see if it changes.
Yes, there she is, number 30, with the ball in her hands.
It's a great point, Angel, because Shide Wilson is Miami's most talented offensive player. She can explode for 20 points on most nights. So I agree. She has to be more aggressive, a little less hesitant, similar to what we were saying about Strack.
Amore takes it right to Strack and misses. Miami did not hit a 3 in the first half. Virginia Tech does 3 of 17. Georgia Amoore, with 2 personal fouls, did not play a whole lot. She only hit 1 shot from the floor.
Amore has to let the game come to her. Her supporting cast proved to her in that first half, hey, we got you. You got in foul trouble, we still were leading at the half. Let's settle in, let the game come to you.
Shot clock winding down, ball corralled by Day Wilson. Good transfer, a little hesitation, kicks it back out. There's the 3 ball from Roberts. Hunting down the rebound, Jalea Williams. And a whistle, Jasmyne Roberts being attended to, and Katie Meyer, as usual, laughing about it. The contact situation.
Oh, no. You need those.
Absolutely. And Katie Meyer, you mentioned her earlier, now in her 19th season, was the Coach of the Year back in 2011 and has done a really good job down at Miami. I think she'd be a fun coach to play for.
She's incredible, so smart, great spirit about her, and of course, led Miami to its first ever Elite 8 last year.
What a magical run last year for them, and they lost a lot from last year. Certainly the Cavender twins, Destiny Harden was such a big part of that team as well, but that was fun. That was great for the ACC. They got some huge wins in the NCAA tournament before they lost to eventual national champion LSU in the Elite 8.
And they had every chance against LSU.
Yes,
I know Miami fans will remember that game.
Georgia Amoore.
The other part of this, too, Pam, is that Miami has really good on-ball defenders. Lachey Dwyer, Jalea Williams have done a good job on Georgia Amoore so far, making things difficult for her.
And that's part of Miami's MO, is their defense. Amoore, after missing a 3, induces that turnover.
She's got to be careful, though, Pam.
True.
She has 2 fouls, part of the reason why she wasn't very effective in the first half.
Amoore limited to just under 13 and a half minutes out of the 20 in the first half because she picked up 2 personal fouls. Guarded by Day Wilson. Strack with a nice screen.
That is a tough shot from Georgia Amoore on the baseline, fading away. Saw some emotion from Georgia after that play. She's just waiting to see that ball go through the net.
27 points for Virginia Tech, the 7-point advantage, their biggest of the night or afternoon. Whatever.
What time is it? It's tournament time.
Well,
we don't know what time it is.
Gym, so
haven't seen the sun in a while.
It's basketball time. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Extra pass. Dwyer missed, but drew the rim, so they got an extra chance. Day Wilson, terrific into Spearman.
Big offensive rebound, and that goes back to Angel's point. Shide Wilson got that rebound and just went with her instinct and made a great pass inside.
Wenzel getting some more time at the guard spot. Georgia in and out. Day Wilson, little step to her left, released it. Shot looked good, but it didn't go in. Eck, who is yet to score, got the rebound. Hilda Eck averaging 10.5 points per game. The Michigan State transfer. Amoore might have gotten away with a walk.
Yeah, Amoore's got to be careful with that step back. That was a travel.
Maybe some karma there as the ball went out of bounds, but Tech is asking for a tip.
And only 4 total combined points so far in this third quarter. And look at that screen from Clara Strack. Good job of setting her feet, not to be called for a moving screen, freeing up her point guard for a jumper.
The officials say the ball was indeed tip, so the ball stays with Virginia Tech. And Strack did not start this game. Mishaw did, but Strack started the second half.
That's what when I saw Mishaw was starting, I thought, okay, he doesn't want to start Strack, not to put too much pressure on her, but if she delivers, he's going to stick with her.
Chance for free throws for the freshman.
And I would say she has delivered so far, Pam.
Yes, it's been a little hesitant, as you said, to begin with, but it's been really good being more aggressive and set that really nice screen for Amore.
She set some great screens so far in this game, too, and that's a big part of what Kitley does in this offense because she draws so much attention as a screener.
Clara, though, just a 65% free throw shooter. Top 100 recruit coming out, according to ESPN. And Kenny Brooks had said he wanted to use her more, but he was playing behind Elizabeth Kitley. And I did like, it was interesting, right, when he started to play them together, Kitley and Strack at the same time.
Right, the double big lineup. And a lot of times this year when we've seen Strack, we've seen her on the floor with Kitley at the same time.
Lattimore into Strack and scores.
Big play by Latasha Lattimore. Strong finish inside as we just haven't had many points here in this third quarter. Miami very much hanging around.
17 points combined for the teams in the third quarter. And an offensive foul has been called on Strack.
Called her for a push-off inside. That's just her first. But on the other end, how about Latasha Lattimore? She is so long, and look at that ability to put the ball on the deck from the wing. Latasha Lattimore, 6'4" with, I don't know, 9-foot wingspan?
Yeah,
that's just my guess, Pam. But being able to put the ball on the deck from the wing is impressive for her size.
Freshman year at Texas, then came to Miami. Pulls her ACL. That's a Strack block.
I sound like a broken record. The other thing that Liz Kitley does for Virginia Tech is block shots. And there you see Strack with a big block.
Wenzel with the miss. Jasmyne Roberts rebounds it. Gets it over to Day Wilson. Guarded by Amore, playing with the 2 fouls. Shot clock in the single digits now for Roberts. Day Wilson passes it off. Strack again. Got her hand on a shot. So a half a second left on the shot clock. It's been a Strack attack for Blacks.
Okay, Pam Ward. Oh, floor game. Didn't hit as many shots as she would like, but still a really impressive performance. And, you know, she's a superstar. That's what we're seeing in the women's game right now, Pam. We're seeing these superstars develop where kids and fans know who they are. They can follow them on social media. They let their personality shine, and then they want to come watch them play.
The basket for Miami cuts the lead to just 1. It was Jasmyne Roberts. When you say Hidalgo had a rather off day, but she still scored 21 points.
Exactly. Most players would take that any day of the week.
They beat Louisville. Baker missed on the follow, and then a foul on Virginia Tech. Notre Dame will play the winner of this game in our first semifinal tomorrow. Still have 2 more games yet to go here on quarterfinal Friday. Strack calls for the foul. That is number 2 on her, so Mishaw comes in.
And that foul was set up because Karis Baker missed the layup. And Karis Baker, who is a lefty, she used her left hand on the right side. It was a great rebound. Gotta use the right hand on the right side.
Karis is a true freshman out of West Hartford, Connecticut. Her dad, Vin Baker, basketball fans certainly know.
NBA All-Star.
There's Mishaw. Up to Georgia. Great catch. That was a terrific catch. Amore played Australian rules football, or footy, as they call it, but she made all sorts of plays like that.
In American terms, I think Georgia Amoore could be like a slot receiver.
Oh, yeah.
She'd be perfect at that.
And she said she really enjoyed Australian rules football, but there's not really certainly there's a semi-pro league there. She knew basketball was a better path for her.
Watch this catch.
Yeah.
God. So difficult. And then the presence of mind to just take the one dribble and lay it up quicker, knowing the defense was coming. Get the ball out of your hand and get the bucket.
Karis Baker just committed a foul, and this is a usual sight. During free throws, she and Kenny Brooks have conversations, and Kenny says a lot of times he's learning from her.
They are so connected. You see that point guard head coach relationship. It's so important, and we have a lot of great ones in the, not just Georgia. How about Asia Fair and Felicia Leggett-Jack, who we're going to see later on, Niele Ivey and Hannah Hidalgo. You can see those coaches and players constantly chatting throughout the game.
Spearman being attended to. There's a cut on her finger, it looks like. Silver Harris, the athletic trainer for the Hurricanes. Day Wilson gets 1 out of 2. Shai only has 3 points, averages 12 per game, but everybody's under their average in this game, except for Strack.
Katie Meyer just looked back at the Miami fans and clapped and cheered because Miami just made their first free throw of the game.
Here's a steal by Dwyer. Day Wilson can't hit that layup.
Day Wilson was looking to draw a foul. She wasn't really looking to score, was just anticipating the contact.
And their shot continues to be off. Georgia with 8 points, but she has missed 7 of her 10 shots from the floor, including all 5 of her threes.
And overall, the Hokies just shooting 30% from the field and 3 for 20 from beyond the arc.
Free ball for Miami.
Good rebound. That's a pass. That's a pass from Jasmyne Roberts.
Yes, put down that assist as Lachey Dwyer scored to tie the game. Eck goes out. Wenzel comes back in.
And what a pass by Jasmyne Roberts. I mean, just the loft on there.
Well disguised.
The lob inside to 5'6" Dwyer, exactly how
Yes.
Katie Meyer drew it up.
Everybody's blocking out for a rebound, and it's a free path to the basket. Tie ball game. Amore, good fake. Wenzel on the baseline around the horn. King, good look at the three, and it goes in. Rattled it in.
Good ball movement by Virginia Tech. Georgia Amoore drew 2, dished it, and then swing it around the horn, find the open shooter.
King has 2 of Virginia Tech's 4 made threes in this game. Lattimore, turn, won't go in. Amore doesn't have numbers, so she comes up with another option. It's a fake and a step through. Mishaw could not rescue.
Both teams have done a good job of getting back in transition defense. Neither team has been able to really get any runouts or anything going in transition. And how about this ball movement? Wenzel attacks baseline, swings it to Kayla King, and she knocks it down. Virginia Tech, one of their main principles offensively is they love for their guards to attack baseline and then swing it opposite baseline. It's just so hard for the defense to adjust and rotate that quickly.
These 3 giving Virginia Tech the lead as we go inside 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. King got it to Amore. Clock at 9, Georgia for 3. Still is 0 from distance. 0 for 6 for Georgia from outside the arc. Normally hits at a 35% clip.
And Virginia Tech as a team normally hits 36% of their threes. Great pass by Jalea Williams, one of the leaders of this team.
Jasmyne Roberts now with a dozen. Lead back to 1. Shaw sets the screen. King again from 3. Just a little bit too strong, but Roberts couldn't handle it. 20 seconds to shoot for the Hokies.
Jalea Williams, a good take, draws the defense and finds Jasmyne Roberts. Leading scorer in the game this afternoon is Jasmyne Roberts Jr. for Miami.
Amore off the inbound, got it.
Did that hit glass? Did she bank that? I couldn't really tell from our angle. It's just a matter of time for Georgia Amoore before she gets going.
Into double figures now. Amore and Roberts, the only 2 players for either team in double figures. Roberts. Nope, but a terrific putback by Williams.
That's the 9th rebound of the game for Jalea Williams, and just her first points, but she's played really well defensively for Miami.
Had a good game yesterday over North Carolina. 11 points, including 3 threes, one of which came at the end of the first half.
That was a crazy shot. And we asked Jalea Williams about it on Nothing But Net. She acted like it was no big deal at all. Like, do you see this play, Jalea Williams? That was crazy.
Yep, just put it in. Dwyer picked up a foul. Amore all the way with the left hand.
Wow.
That's a different way to beat the buzzer.
She's so quick, had the presence of mind, knew how much time was left on the clock. Not much in this ballgame.
Amore with Kelly Gremlick and Angel Gray. Winner of this game gets Notre Dame tomorrow. Our first semifinal on the ACC network. Miami beat North Carolina yesterday in an 8-9 mild upset, trying to take out the Hokies, playing without Elizabeth Kitley, who will not play in the ACC tournament because of an injury she suffered in the regular season closer Sunday at Virginia. Still no specifics on the injury, but appears to be wearing a brace on her knee. That's good work inside for Kyle Oldacre.
And now Miami applying pressure after every make, trying to force some mistakes for this Virginia Tech team and trying to keep the ball. As you see, Jalea Williams is trying to deny that ball to Georgia Amoore.
Face guarding her all the way, has the height advantage.
Jalea's long.
Yeah. But Amore puts up the 3.
Jalea Williams may have length, Georgia Amoore has range. Big bucket for the senior.
And grit and spunk and all that other stuff. She's like, go ahead, put somebody taller on me, look what I'll do. That's too tall for Dwyer.
And the confidence too, Pam. She did not shoot the ball well in the first half. I think everybody would tell you that, but she just keeps shooting because of the work and the reps that she's put in. She knows if I miss one, the next one's going in.
15 points for Amore, 11 of them here in the second half.
And now Jalea Williams really is face guarding Georgia Amoore, trying to keep that ball out of her hands at all costs, and then right up on her when she catches it.
Literally face guarding her. Nice bounce pass to Strack, who got her own rebound. Wenzel with the miss. Great hustle by Summiel to kind of mess things up there for Miami trying to get a rebound.
Olivia Summiel just getting her nose in there, trying to get that basketball. Same with Lachey Dwyer. A good call by the officials.
Yep, right there on it. Miami has not hit a three-pointer in this game. They are 0 for 12. Usually hit around 33%, which was 4th best in the league.
And some of that might be legs for Miami. Miami had to play yesterday in a hard-fought battle with North Carolina, and this is Virginia Tech's first game of the tournament.
Good defense by Strack to cut off Williams. Now Roberts will fade away. Summiel gets it over to King. You were a three-point shooter. When you're fatigued, is that You notice that difference?
Definitely, because legs, your shot is all about legs. And especially from 3 in the second half, you have to get your legs into it. And if you don't have as much when it comes to your legs because you play, big factor.
Williams really stuck with that play to get her second basket of the game. Is that what happened with your three-point contest with Ivory yesterday, Ivory Latta?
You know, we joke, but honestly, yes. When you aren't playing basketball consistently, first thing to go is your legs and your ability to get that ball up. But the mascots really did me dirty.
The passers were not good.
I knew it was bad when I asked the Yellow Jacket to just throw me a pass. I thought this.
It's tough to see though. He's a Yellow Jacket.
It's funny because Georgia Amoore was warming up before the game and she was shooting from the spot that I shot from yesterday. And she looked at me and she said, "I've already made more from this spot in warm-ups than you did yesterday."
Wow.
I could tell she was ready to go.
Yeah, that's when you know Amore's ready. Now she would be a good person to pass to you.
Thank you.
A little Amore. Job of using her shield, taking it away. Just a 2-ball game, a spot in the semis against Notre Dame. There's a saw it yesterday with that was a game that was never going to be put into a Hall of Fame. Beauty and grace. Well,
It matters. This game has been played in Miami once, and that's why they're still in this game. 50s.
Put her head down. Couldn't fit.
Another side.
Hitting.
That's a touch. 6'6" old.
It's a little bit.
If you have Kitley, that play's Kitley's going to draw the attention, be able to help off of and get the hand in the vein.
While working on the base. He's missed 5 straight shots. Haven't scored in over 3 minutes. Only up by 2. The top. Couldn't get it. As we hear the chant. See him making the trip. Orange making the trip from always in its is from the Greens. Whistle with 6 seconds left. That's frustrating for my Wilson. Foul number 3. This was 7 of her shots, very unusual. Long attack. Story today. Wenzel. The strike. Much on that.
Heard that shot. That was Miami bigs all
Amore, particularly. On the shot clock, a timeout. Orders.
Not had a lot of points. Who can be the difference? Who? Because the defenses have. Because we haven't seen a lot prior to now.
Miami half has 17 points. Tech collectively. Second half has 17 points. Virginia Tech collectively 14. Virginia Tech's missed 7 straight shots, haven't scored in almost 4.5 minutes. It's over 2.5 minutes for Miami, who inbounds with Day Wilson. Trying to after the timeout. Remember, the shot clock is winding down. Baseline drive, Strack, good defense, and is fouled.
Great defense by Clara Strack. She was really good offensively in the first half. I would say she's played better defensively in this game overall.
Let's take another timeout. We'll be back. Liz Kitley, unfortunately, just sitting on a bench. Finals, Jalea Williams just 4 points, but the 12 rebounds, a new career high for the junior. And for more on her story, let's go over to Angel Gray.
It's just incredible that we get to see her living out her dreams on this stage. And just to think, back in high school, her junior year, she had scoliosis, was diagnosed with scoliosis, a 67-degree curvature in her spine. She talked about how it was very hard to recover. She wasn't sure if she'd be able to return. She actually returned in the 2019 season. She said she was stronger than ever. She was actually the player of the year as well. And you can see her living out her dreams in the ACC with Miami, was on the All-ACC freshman team as well. She actually had 28 starts that year as well. So just thinking about how far she's come, how much fun she's having, and the impact she's made.
That's remarkable. 67% curvature. And she's an elite athlete in Division I.
It's really incredible what she's done and what she's been through. And she said it's been cool to see how she's been able to inspire other people that have dealt with scoliosis.
Shot clock winding down. Amore gets it to Strack. Will she get it off in time? Yes, and it rolls in. Her first basket of the second half.
Big time shot from the young freshman. Much needed for Virginia Tech.
4-point game. Miami's offense has been quiet for a while. Virginia Tech had missed 7 straight shots before Strack hit that one. Day Wilson didn't pull the trigger. Shot clock winding down for them. Day Wilson rebounded by Amore. Now King decides to attack the basket.
Really good decision by Kayla King. She used the left hand on the right side, which normally you don't want to do, but that time with the way the defense was coming at her, the left was the perfect decision.
Back-to-back baskets. Strack and King. 6-point advantage isn't much, but it feels like a huge mountain to climb the way Miami has not been able to score. That was Strack and King converging on Williams.
And Virginia Tech has been able to go on this little run because of their defense. They are getting stops inside and playing without fouling.
And now Amore take the air out of the ball a little bit until she gets a good look at it, and she hits it! Georgia Amoore coming alive here in the second half. The Kitleys looking on. The biggest lead of the game with 2:20 to go.
Georgia Amoore.
Freshman Clara Strack with 2. That's her first bucket since the first half. Kayla King attacking, and who else? Georgia Amoore finishing things off. And now their biggest lead of the game. Miami gets a 3. It's their first 3 of the game. They missed their first 13.
Better late than never. for the Miami Hurricanes as Shy-Day Wilson finally connects from beyond the arc.
Miami's lowest scoring game this year, 52 points against Virginia Tech. In the regular season, it's Amore time.
We're seeing a little fatigue from Miami, and Georgia Amoore on fresh legs continues to attack. Maybe one of her more open looks of the day right there.
Virginia Tech has not played since Sunday's loss at UVA. Miami had to play yesterday in a grind of a game against North Carolina.
That crossover through the legs, Amore through 3 different Miami defenders, using her speed and craftiness around the rim.
Timeout by Miami. So Virginia Tech has hit its last 4 shots, and they are playing this game without Elizabeth Kitley. Unfortunately, won't be available for the entire ACC tournament. Amore may be pressing a little bit too much at the beginning, but she looks like her old self right now.
Yeah, she really settled in to the second half. 8 for 19 on the day and made big shots when her team needed her. And it felt like when she made those shots, that Virginia Tech started to take a collective deep breath themselves. If Amore's hitting, we're gonna be fine. And that's what you've seen in this run as of late.
There is Liz Kitley sitting on the bench. Miami just hit its first 3 of the game. Amore now with 19 points, only had 4 at the break. She hit 1 field goal in the first half, but has really fueled them here, especially in the 4th quarter. She only has 1 assist as well. That's part of the Kitley effect.
Definitely. Kayla King has also given them some really important minutes defensively, made some big shots on the other end. She has 8 points, 3 of 6 shooting, and another calming presence for them out there is Kayla King.
So Strack goes out, gets a well-deserved loud ovation from the many Hokie fans in attendance. Baker in for her. And now Amore is fouled by Roberts. And Virginia Tech is in the bonus. So Amore with 15 points here in the second half, 8 in the third, 7 and counting here in the 4th. And heads to the free throw line. She has 1 more year left.
She does.
Of eligibility. A lot of speculation about her.
And she is projected right now to be a first-round draft pick.
Oh, she's definitely going first round.
Definitely.
I know a lot of people in the WNBA, and they're like, oh my God, I would love to trade up to get her.
However, there's also the other idea of Caitlin Clark is moving on. She could end up being one of the faces of college basketball next year. So we'll see what she ends up deciding to do.
Yeah, Beckers is going to come out next year too. She's coming back to UConn. And she stepped on the sideline. Oh, Katie Meyer sinking down to 1 knee.
She made that too. She made that 3. Could have been a game changer, yes. And
heel on the line.
A good call. The officials all over it.
Look at our crew. Michael Ireland, our director. Joe Taylor, our producer. Great crew. They're working long days, including our Nothing But Net folks. Oh, it's Kelsey's back. Kelsey Riggs is over there now.
Our fearless leader.
Yeah. Justin Walters has been here as well. Coach Norfolk McGraw, of course, Ivory Latta. And they will be. You're going to join them later, right?
I will be there.
You got to save the show again.
No, I don't think so. That's Coach's job.
Yeah.
Keeps us running. Coach really keeps us in line. We need that.
Everybody needs some discipline.
Especially Ivory Latta.
Lattimore back in. Miami down 9 with 1:08 left to go. The team that went all the way to the Elite 8 last year. They are projected by Charlie Cream to be a 10 seed. He thinks they are safely in to the NCAA tournament. Not a bubble team.
And I was emailing with Charlie to confirm yesterday. With that win over North Carolina, they are without a doubt safely in the NCAA tournament. And sometimes, Pam, it's better to be a 10 than an 8 or a 9 because you don't have to play that 1 seed in the second round.
And those 8-9 games especially can be toss-ups or close to it. Georgia Amoore keeping her balance.
So well done by Kenny Brooks.
And then Kenny calls the timeout. And the Miami players A little kerfuffle over there by mid-court. And a technical foul has been called, we believe, on head coach Katie Meyer.
Katie's saying for what? I wasn't sure. She must have said something. But yeah, they definitely just teed up Katie Meyer. There's something about the coach on that side of the gym this morning.
Jeff Walls
afternoon.
Got 2 of them. And the loss to Notre Dame earlier today, got tossed out of the game, waved to the Louisville fans on his way out.
I thought that was really smart by Kenny Brooks to call a timeout as Georgia Amoore was falling out of bounds. She still had possession.
Yep.
She was just about to fall out of bounds, so a heads-up play by Kenny Brooks.
So we're not getting a clarification as to what just happened from the officials. So Amore will shoot. Technical free throws. Amoore hits them both. So Georgia Amoore really delivering here in the second half. She's got 23 points, 19 of them, pardon me, since the break. Kayla King, a Greensboro native. That must be cool, being from here and having the ACC tournament here. Get all your people to come.
And you know they've attended, probably growing up, having attended this event in Greensboro.
The Kitley family also from the Greensboro area. That's got to itch, right?
How many wigs does Raven have? I feel like she has quite a few different colors.
You'll see her tomorrow. Jalea Williams called for the blocking foul. Older sister of Liz Kitley. Good friends. Her mom Loretta there on the right. Angel Gray's got something for us.
Well, first of all, Raven Kitley is the star of Blacksburg. She's wearing her own shirt. It's a part of the NIL collective that Elizabeth Kitley has in their store, so you could purchase that. But it's also just talking about how she's the real star and her best friend that we've well documented throughout the season in her career as well. But I saw a couple other people wearing that exact same shirt across the way. So a lot of people are invested and understand the superstar that Raven Kitley is as well, and they're raising money for autism awareness as well with the proceeds.
That's awesome. I need a Raven Kitley shirt.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have to go to the Virginia Tech NIL site and check that out. And I've had quite a few chances to talk to Raven Kitley. She's awesome, and she is so proud and supportive of her sister. It's really cool to see their relationship.
So the superstar on the right, and Liz Kitley on the left. Yes, and there's Liz. And unavailable, pardon me, for the entire ACC tournament. Will continue to be evaluated, rehab, rest,
and
whatever it takes.
That's really important to emphasize, Pam, is they are not saying she's ruled out of the NCAA tournament. They are not saying it's season ending. And think about this. They played at Virginia on March 3rd. In their first game of the NCAA tournament, depending on when that is, Liz Kitley could have nearly 3 weeks in between the injury and playing again in the NCAA tournament. And who knows, Virginia Tech could possibly, depending on their draw, advance to the Sweet 16 without Kitley, and then Kitley would have 4 weeks of time to get better. So let's all hope, I think just as a basketball fan, that we can see her in the NCAA tournament.
We will see Miami in the tournament as well.
Yes, we will.
Selection Sunday is on St. Patrick's Day. Foul called with the finish by Day Wilson, who's had some late points in this game. This will be the lowest scoring game of the year for Miami. Their previous low, 52 points against
Virginia Tech back in January.
One shot.
Gets the three-point play. And a timeout taken by Kenny Brooks with 33.4 seconds left to go in the game. Let's take a look at our Bojangles Big Bo moment of tonight's game.
And that, of course, is Georgia Amoore and what she's done in the second half. 21 points in the second half for Georgia. Amoore was able to help Virginia Tech build that lead. I felt like at first, in the first half, Amoore was forcing things a little bit, was struggling how to figure out how to play without Liz Kitley, but in the second half, she absolutely figured it out, shot the ball really well in the second half, was 7 of 14 from the field, also got to the free throw line. This is what you want to see, as we saw that fan with the sign before the game. Have no fear, Amoore is here. She delivered in the second half for Virginia Tech.
Certainly did. As a team, Virginia Tech just hitting 34%, Miami at 36%. Saw some really good things from Strack. Offensively in the first half, defensively in the second half, who has gotten a lot of minutes because of Kitley's injury. Matilda Eck hasn't scored. How about that? And they're still going to win this game.
Great point, Pam. She's 0 for 7, 0 for 5. Virginia Tech, outside of Amoore in the second half, and honestly outside of Strack, I'm not sure Virginia Tech would say they played very well, but they still found a way to win this game against a very good, scrappy tournament team in Miami. And you can build on this. This is a game as well that Clara Strack can build on and get confidence from, as Virginia Tech will have a date with a very good Notre Dame team tomorrow.
And that's a team that they played in the regular season very recently, the second of the last game when they lost at Notre Dame. Notre Dame taking care of Louisville earlier today. Spearman gets the bucket, and Katie Meyer calls a timeout with just under 13 seconds left to go. Two more games coming your way, NC State and Duke, followed by Syracuse and Florida State.
Those are going to be great, Pam. These quarterfinals today on Friday, NC State and Duke, they split in the regular season. Duke has played NC State really well. I know there's going to be a lot of blue and red in this building for that game. And then Syracuse, Florida State, they also played a great regular season matchup up at Syracuse. I'm excited to see Deasia Fair and what she can do in this tournament.
Yeah, she is special. Here come your Duke Blue Devils getting ready to play. That is at 5 Eastern time, about an hour and a half from now on the ACC network. Duke, the 7 seed, had a win against Georgia Tech yesterday. Florida State beat Wake Forest. And there's your Duke Blue.
I always love when we have two teams from the Triangle playing in this tournament because, of course, it's so close for these fan bases. And we saw a lot of Duke fans here yesterday. And we know NC State fans, they always show up to this building.
Passionate. Carolina went home yesterday, courtesy of Miami. King inbounds to Amoore, who's anticipating probably being fouled, but got rid of it before she could. Here's Eck. Miami has called off the no fouls, and Tech without Elizabeth Kitley, the All-American, the 3-time ACC Player of the Year. It was a tough, low-scoring game as anticipated. You know, Katie and Kenny respect each other very much.
Oh, yeah.
But Virginia Tech moves on.
Just a really impressive program win